First, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go ahead and check your composition settings. So there's 3 options you guys could do. You guys can do 24 FPS, 30 FPS, and 60. Now I'll go ahead and put up on screen the difference between all 3, and you get to go ahead and choose. But for the sake of today's tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and do 60 because I feel like that's the smoothest you can possibly get. To begin, we're going to actually go ahead and turn on smart blending. And to do that, you're just going to go ahead and click on this button here twice to enable smart frame blending. After that, you're going to go ahead and turn on motion blur. And enabling these 2 settings is just going to ensure that the final Twixtor looks extra smooth. So just don't skip this step, okay? So after we have that, we're gonna actually go ahead and pre-compose the clip. And to pre-compose the clip, you're actually just gonna go ahead and click on the clip itself, and you're gonna hit Control-Shift-C. All right, now just make sure that these 2 settings right here are selected. And then you're gonna go ahead and name it whatever you'd like. For this sake, I'm just gonna name it Clip 1. And then we can go ahead and hit OK. And now we just have a pre-composed clip. Nothing too crazy yet. But now we're going to go ahead and actually get into the Twixtor itself. So in order to add Twixtor to your clip, you're going to go ahead and go to the Effects and Presets panel. You're going to look up Twixtor. After you find Twixtor, make sure you highlight Twixtor Pro and go ahead and drag it to your clip. After you drag it to your clip, you're going to go ahead and see that all these effects pop up. You can go ahead and just minimize this one. And then we're going to go ahead and focus on the Twixtor Pro settings. Okay, this is where pretty much all the magic happens. So follow along closely, okay? First of all, we need to go ahead and figure out the frame rate of the scene pack. It's actually pretty simple to do this. You can do that all inside After Effects. What you're going to do is go to the project panel. You're going to find the scene pack. You're going to just go ahead and click on it. And you can see up here, it's going to say the FPS of the clips. And the FPS is going to be 23.976. So just keep that number in mind because you're going to need it for the Twixtor. So you're going to go back to your Twixtor Pro settings by hitting the effect controls. You're going to go ahead and uncheck that box. And remember that frame rate, you're going to go ahead and type that in here, 23.976. Once you have those numbers inputted, we're not done yet. There's still a couple more settings we need to change. You're going to go ahead and go to Image Prep. And in Image Prep, you're going to go ahead and select Contrast / Edge Enhance. Okay. And then we're going to go to Frame Interpolation. And we're going to switch this to Motion Weighted Blend. And then for warping, we're going to do Inverse with Smart Blend. Boom. So go ahead and take a moment. And here's a screenshot of the Twixtor Pro settings. And go ahead and copy that down. So we can go ahead and move on to the time remapping. Now to do that, we're going to go ahead and pre-compose this clip actually one more time. So we're just going to do the same thing. Click on the clips. And then we're going to do Control-Shift-C. Or we can also go on the clip, right click, and then we can go ahead and go to pre-compose, and then we can go ahead and hit OK. And I'll do the same exact thing. All right. Now that we have our clips pre-composed, we have the Twixtor added to the clip, and we have all the settings changed. So now all we have to do is now we have to time remap the clip itself. And to do that, is we are going to right click on the clip, we're going to go to time, and then we're going to go ahead and enable time remapping, or you can also do Control-T on your keyboard. And now that we have this, we're going to see that the time remapping comes up and we get 2 keyframes. What you're simply going to do is you're going to drag the end keyframe to where your beat marker is. So for example, let's say your beat marker was like here on the timeline. You can just go ahead and simply drag this to where your beat marker is, and as you can see, the clip ends here, so you can actually go ahead and trim. You can just trim all this, okay? And then my recommendation is as well to just go 1 frame back, because usually the end frame on the Twixtor is a little glitchy, so all you have to do is go to the keyframe itself, you're gonna see this little time remap, and you're gonna hold control on your keyboard, just drag it down like 1 or 2, and then that's just gonna ensure that you don't have any weird dead frames at the end. There's just constant movement. So once we have that, we can actually go ahead and select both these keyframes, and we're gonna go ahead and do our graphs. So we're gonna select both keyframes, we're gonna right click, keyframe assistant, and we're gonna go to easy ease, or you can just hit F9 on your keyboard. Once we easy ease the keyframes, we're gonna go to our graph editor, and this is where the magic happens, okay? As you can see, I have the speed graph open, but we don't want to use speed graph for time remapping. You never really want to do that. You always want to use the value graph. And to find the value graph, you're just going to go down here. Then you're going to go to edit value graph. Boom. Now, how time remapping works is the steeper the curve, the faster the clip is going to go. And then the less steep, the slower, and then faster as it goes up. So we can easily make graphs like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to select this keyframe over here. You see this little yellow handle? We're going to drag this up, okay? You can just drag it up generously like this. Something like that. And then we're going to drag the other handle kind of like this. Like so. Now we kind of have this kind of smooth curve, so it's kind of like it's going up, and then it's going to slow down, and then it's going to go ahead and speed up. So speed, slow, speed. Okay, so now that we have that, it should look kind of something like this. You can just tweak it a little bit. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Like, you can experiment with different graphs, but this is what I find that most editors use, this graph right here. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and show you the result of this Twixtor. Okay, so let me just go ahead and render this, and then I'll be back. So as you can see, it's pretty smooth, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you time remap and Twix your clips. I hope you guys learned something new from this, and if you guys have any more tutorials that you guys want me to do, make sure to go ahead and leave that in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.